act of aggression. And every president before him was not dumb enough, including George W. Bush, to get involved in this war. But we've got a real winner on our hands here.
So I'll put you down as undecided on this being a win. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Like, I'm with you. This is why being like, I don't know, someone who's responsible is so hard, because I think the best case scenario is the war ending today.
Yeah.
And the second best is tomorrow, like as soon as humanly possible. We should be clear that it will not be a victory in any sense, I don't think. Like Iran's highly enriched uranium is still sitting there. The regime is still in charge. He didn't avenge the deaths of all the protesters who were killed.
Because he cares about that.
Yeah,
so
he cares
much.
deeply about protesters. We've maybe degraded their military and missile program, but it's not gone. It just seems clear to me that he woke up this morning, saw the stock market futures way down, saw the Asian markets down, saw the European markets down, and was like, you know what? Let's just hit pause. Let's see if we can get Wall Street to chill out for a little while, get the price of oil down, and see what we can do. But Iran's got a say in this matter. Like, it feels like a temporary fix.
They hold the cards. They have the ability to control the strait. And Trump doesn't want the political hit of sending the U.S. Navy personnel to escort oil tankers to the strait, because it's quite likely that they will be killed.
It's everything,
so instead,
bro.
he was trying to say, hey, Europe, can you send your troops first on the front lines, and they can potentially die for this war of choice that has started?
Oh, Stream Elements in the building.
It's,
What's
it's
up?
really, you're seeing
Let's
already
go.
Different countries in Asia are having to ration. I saw,
Welcome in,
I believe it
Stream
was
Elements.
Bangladesh had to shut down classes. Like this is really
All right.
impacting some
We're
of the
live.
smaller
Okay,
Asian countries,
great.
let alone what we're going to be seeing with gas
Okay.
prices here in the U.S. Jet fuel just hit over $200 a barrel, or $200 a barrel, which is more refined and higher than like the regular Brent pricing. And you already see that airlines are going to be cutting back on the amount of flights that they have. That's double what it was before the start of the war. So Iran's objective here is, because they have, frankly, engaged in good faith negotiations for a while, and you go back to the Obama JCPOA, which was, I think, one of his best achievements and one of the better foreign policy achievements of the United States in the 21st century. That was when the U.S. was a reliable negotiating partner for Iran. The agreement was simple. We unfroze their assets in exchange for having this third-party monitor, as you all know, go in and check on Iran's uranium enrichment program to determine that they weren't enriching at anywhere close to the levels that they needed to create a bomb. And Trump got into office, and he tore that up. So even there, that's where this starts to break down. We're not a reliable negotiating partner because Iran can't trust that the agreements that they make with the previous administration is going to be honored by the next one. And then you have Trump pursuing the Abraham Accords and Biden continuing that. And here we are
guys.
today,
Good evening. How you guys doing out there?
It also appears like Trump has been using the ruse of negotiations to lull them into a false sense of security, to bomb them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that is a war on the idea of diplomacy. Yeah. And it's actually quite disheartening to me to see, when in 2008, I say this all the time, how I got invested in politics was my opposition to the Iraq War and getting excited about Obama and that primary campaign.
2008.
The fact that we've gotten to this point, another entanglement in the Middle East, obviously our
2008, 2009 was
genocide in Gaza, is, I would say, probably more of a function of political corruption than people are talking about, given the Citizens United decision and the explosion of dark money from 2010 on. But I don't want to take us down that rabbit hole just yet. But it's disheartening to see.
Yeah, I mean, look, the last round of talks, they were in the middle of negotiations. People thought they had the best meeting yet, the U.S. and Iranians, and then we started bombing them. Last June, during the 12-day war, the U.S. had been engaged in negotiations with the Iranians, and then the Israelis started bombing them. That we pulled out of the JCPOA. Like, we are absolutely not someone that I think the regime thinks they can do business with. In part because Donald Trump, he doesn't send out experts to cut deals for him. He sends out his dumb fuck son-in-law, Jared Kushner, who's as corrupt can be, right? He's got billions of dollars from the Saudis, the Emiratis, the Qataris. Then he sends his real estate buddy, Steve Witkoff, who is just an idiot, who does not know what he's talking about. Like, I gave him credit for getting the Gaza ceasefire done, but that was about it. All he did there was, lean on the Israelis, knowing that Trump would give them everything they wanted down the road, as we're seeing. And so here we are. I guess one question I have, like, just to get to the politics of this, do we think that, like, the MAGA media, we've watched them U-turn.
The MAGA media. That's the first time I heard that.
Change wars to choice, when that was one of the reasons they told us they voted for Trump.
What's the MAGA media?
Back here, if we cut a deal where we don't accomplish anything?
I'm sure they will, and they will be praising Trump to high heavens, because they're avoiding criticizing him altogether with this. I'm sure you are eager to talk about this dynamic too, because
nobody's really saying
fascinating and depressing.
The prices are going up. They're like
right now is Tucker
$5 almost a gallon.
Because unfortunately he's kind of
Indiana.
gifted at what he does, and it's insidious. I don't know if he's setting himself up for 2028
I can't believe what's going on in other states right now.
He is now retroactively doing things like placing the blame on Israel for getting us into the Iraq War, a war that Tucker Carlson supported when he was, by the way, calling Muslims monkeys at the time. But some revisionist history on his end there. But you'll see he's
I
never
remember
going
that
after
one,
Trump
bro.
Specifically, he's blaming Israel, and
remember when he called them monkeys?
Right, or
was just a victim of
the victim of he's both the strongest person in the world and this incredible authoritarian leader, but also the weakest and most manipulable person alive. It's very, that's
all corrupted.
But like, I'm not going to.
Everybody in the White House is sold out, bro.
Rubio and Mike Johnson and others have said that Israel was, and we preemptively struck Iran to protect Israel from when Iran would would retaliate. So they said that out loud.
You know what I've thought about right now just lately is, like, nobody put these fuckers into power. Like, all the people that Trump put into power, nobody decided that. Like, he did that. He put them into power. Like he tricked people into voting him in. It's such a scam, bro. I don't know what. It's just the Illuminati, but what they're doing, whatever. It's like a freaking reverse card, whatever. It's just crazy.
So I don't think that we should downplay Israel's role in dragging us into this war with Iran, especially because Netanyahu was integral in lobbying against the JCPOA successfully, doing that PowerPoint presentation, lying about Iran's nuclear capabilities. But we on the left are consistent. We were critical of Biden.
On the left.
He could have tugged on the leash at any point. He could have slowed the roll of this genocide. He could have cut off arms. That could have been
they could have fixed roads in America first.
But yet the right doesn't hold Trump to that same standard. He could do all of those things. He could threaten Israel and say, if our objectives are divergent from that of Israel, which is what Tucker Carlson keeps claiming.
Jesus said this would happen first.
Let's see.
Nobody is ready for it.
Digital
what
networks.
are the first signs Jesus told us will happen before the end? What
Famines?
are we to do when we see this occur? Yao will be shocked by 5 facts about this.
Y'all.
Number 1, what Jesus said. Now let me show you the passage that contains the most detailed prophetic roadmap
Matthew,
Jesus ever gave.
24.
Because what he says in these
12:24.
verses is going to reframe how you see every headline from this point forward. Matthew 24, 6 through 8.
There you go.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Wars and rumors of wars. And I need you to notice something about how Jesus introduces it. Because the framing matters as much as the content. He doesn't say, when you see wars, the end has come. He says the opposite. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass.
It's just the beginning.
But the end is not yet. The wars
we're not even at the beginning
end.
of
the
the apocalypse.
Are the signal that the end is approaching. They are the opening act, the first contractions
How long
of a
is this
process
video?
that builds toward a climax Jesus describes later in the chapter.
22 hours ago?
And the fact that he tells his followers not to be troubled doesn't mean the events aren't real or dangerous. It means they are expected, planned, part of a sovereign timeline that must unfold before the final act begins. But here's the detail that most people miss. And it's the detail that connects this passage directly to what you're watching on the news today.
All right.
Jesus doesn't say a war. He says wars, plural. And then he adds rumors of wars, the atmosphere of conflict, the fear of escalation, the constant drumbeat of potential war that keeps the world in a state of anxiety even between active engagements. He's describing not a single event, but an environment, a world saturated with conflict.
Turns out the government tracks a lot of data. Just the facts from USA Facts, hosted by Steve Ball.
And the fear of conflict. A world where
all corporations
wars don't
and
resolve. They multiply.
governments track data.
That is the world of March 2026. And it is the first sign. Now here's the phrase that unlocks the entire passage.
Okay.
Because understanding what beginning of sorrows means is what separates people who panic from people who discern. The Greek word translated sorrows is Odin, and it doesn't mean generic suffering. It means birth pains, labor contractions, the specific patterned escalating pain that a woman experiences as her body prepares to deliver a child. And here's what makes that metaphor so precise. Because birth pains have three characteristics that random suffering does not. First, they escalate. Each contraction is more intense than the last. The pain doesn't stay constant. It builds.
It has
It
building
increases.
up, so that's true.
And the signs
the wars.
Jesus lists follow the same pattern. But here's what makes the second characteristic even more important. Because it's the one that tells you how close the delivery is. Second, the intervals shorten. Early contractions are spaced far apart, hours between them. As labor progresses, they come closer together. Minutes, then seconds. And the prophetic events Jesus describes follow the same pattern. In the early decades of the church age, the signs
Making
were
it long.
spaced across centuries. Wars happened, famines occurred, but they were separated by long periods of relative stability. Today, the signs are converging.
Are those zombies?
Wars and famines and disease and earthquakes and persecution happening simultaneously across multiple continents,
At
with
the same
intervals
time.
between crises measured in weeks and days rather than decades and centuries. And the third characteristic is the one that should hit you hardest. Third, they have a destination. Birth pains are not random agony. They are purposeful pain. They are moving towards something, the delivery of a child. And the signs Jesus describes are not random global suffering. They are purposeful prophetic events. They are moving towards something, the return of Christ, and the birth of the kingdom of God. The pain has a point. The suffering has a destination. And the destination is glory. It doesn't start all
I
at
think
once.
this guy made it very
builds.
dramaticalized. But what is that? It's all
Contraction
good.
by contraction, sign by sign. And each one
It's very
brings
long.
the delivery closer.
23 minutes.
Now let me ground this in the present, because the first sign is not theoretical. It is operational. You can see it on your phone right now. As of today, the United States and Israel are conducting the largest joint military operation in the modern Middle East. Operation Epic Fury launched on February 28, 2026, targeting Iran's ballistic missile infrastructure, nuclear facilities, air defense network, naval forces, and leadership compounds.
That's funny how they
Supreme
put this
Leader
guy.
Khamenei was killed in a precision strike. Over 40 senior commanders were eliminated. Iran's navy,
Really?
more than 30 vessels, was sunk or disabled. Ballistic missile capability was reduced by an estimated 86%. But here's what makes this conflict different from every previous Middle Eastern war. And this is the detail that connects it to
Doesn't look
Jesus'
that way.
description of the latter days. This war is not contained to two nations. Iran is retaliating, not just against Israel, but against the Gulf states. Over 314 ballistic missiles, 1,672 drones,
I
and
gotta check
15
these
cruise missiles
statistics,
launched
man.
at
They
the
sound very low.
UAE alone. Qatar's Ras Laffan LNG facility struck. 17% of export capacity disrupted. Saudi refineries burning. Kuwaiti oil infrastructure targeted. The Strait of Hormuz effectively closed to most commercial shipping. This is not one war. It is many wars merging together. Multiple nations, multiple fronts, multiple alliances, and the escalation shows no sign of stopping.
No, World War III is coming. Let's check out.
Three major questions that I want to look at today, okay?
World War
first
III
big
won't
question
begin in
is,
Iran.
How are these leaders dying?
Which leaders?
It's not that easy to kill a leader, right? Because he's protected by security. And usually there are two ways to figure out where the leader is, okay? There's human intelligence, called HUMINT, and there's signal intelligence, called SIGINT. Okay?
Really?
Human intelligence, signal intelligence. Signal intelligence just means electronic eavesdropping, where I listen in on your telephone calls, where I track your IP address, okay? And the Israelis and Americans are obviously very sophisticated in that. And the Americans and the Israelis are saying that we are using electronic surveillance in order to track these people down. I don't think that's convincing.
Palantir?
I think the most important source, the most reliable source of information is human intelligence, having spies embedded in local networks to spot for you where they are, okay?
Unique homes, uniquely placed, uniquely yours.
That'd be hard, bro.
Every home
That's a hard
is
job to be a spy.
That's the most.
Dang.
That's
I mean,
the best
I
way
know
to
all
figure out where they
governments
are.
have spies, bro.
So
That's
then this raises the
nothing
question,
new.
how are the Israelis and the Americans getting this human intelligence, okay? All right, that's the first question we want to look at. How are these leaders dying?
Okay, that's a
Second
good question.
is like, why are they dying?
And by the way, this is
what's
a
the
real
point
professor in a
of
real university in
killing
the
them?
United States.
Right? Because once they die, they can just be replaced. And they're often replaced by a more extreme individual, okay? So that's the second question we want to look at. And the third question we want to look at is, what does this mean for the war and the world?
More money, more problems.
What do these decapitation strikes ultimately mean for how this war will progress?
Higher prices,
and
more
how
problems.
this will affect the world in general, okay? All right, so those are the three big questions I want to look at. So to answer these three questions, I want to introduce a new idea to you, okay? It's called the law of proximity.
Okay. I heard of this before, but it's something else in
the
some
idea
other.
is this. Whenever you play a game, you're not just playing one game. You're playing many, many different games. And the game that you choose to play is the one that is most proximate to you, the one that is most close to you. And that impacts your decision making the most. Okay, so that's a law of proximity. So let me explain to you what this means using an analogy, okay? Let's just use your life. You are playing actually multiple games every single day, all right? So let's examine.
But okay.
The first game you play, of course, is the family game, right? So you might have parents and you have siblings, okay? And the game you're playing, of course, is to win attention from your parents. And to do so, depending on who your siblings are, you might use different strategies, including doing well in school or being a pain in the ass. Unfortunately, my kids choose to be a pain in the ass, okay? Yes. The parents are playing another game, which is social.
Really?
Prestige, right? So they're competing against other parents to have the best family possible, all right? So,
well, the people that are materialistic and
home,
money,
but you
most Americans,
play
but
games at school, right? Right. So when you go to school, you're competing against your classmates for attention and popularity, but you're also playing a game in school to get the best grades so that you can get into a good college, right?
Not me, bro. I didn't give a fuck about school.
Then you go to work where you're competing in order to win the favor
I only
of your
like learning the
boss
things I wanted to
and to be
learn.
popular among your colleagues. Then you play a city game
I just work to get
where
money, bro.
you live in Beijing and you want Beijing to be better than maybe Shanghai or Shenzhen, okay? And then you
He's just
play
talking to American kids in a university. That's why he's referring to that, because I'm a Mexican. It's not the same thing. That's why I don't relate.
Game of maybe a nation where you want China to be stronger than Japan, okay? So as you can see, every single day you're playing multiple games, even though you may not recognize it.
Yeah. I understand where he's going, but what does that have to do with what's everything is related? I know, that's for sure. We're all tangled up in the world.
So today what we will do is we will look at 3 examples of this, okay? We will look at the civil conflicts in America, in Israel, and in Iran to figure out why they behave the way they do, and then figure out how this war will progress. Okay. So clearly,
let me switch to that. Okay, I get that.
Elite and the counter elite.
What, the Christians?
We introduced the idea of elite overproduction, right?
There's no counter elite. That's fake, bro. It's either just good versus evil, Christians versus Satanism, or the satanic elites. Whatever.
This is the Peter Turchin idea.
I'm pretty sure he's not a Christian. But I don't know. He's been talking about
and he argues.
He never says Jesus Christ. So whatever.
That what leads to civil war is that you have too many elite who want to be the ones in power. Power is a zero-sum game, and therefore when
Trump wanted to be in trouble.
You have to go to war against each other in order to have power. Okay, and so what's going on? Who are the elite and who's the counter elite? Well, I mean, to put it very simply, the Democrats represent the elite, and the Republicans represent the counter elite, okay? So basically the elite is the empire. And counter elite is MAGA, which is America First. And so they have 2 different ideals for America. The empire is to maintain a current global order, right? And MAGA is to retreat back into the Western Hemisphere and focus on
that doesn't
Americans'
make sense.
Core national interests.
That's not true. That's fake bullshit. I'm not buying into this guy. That's why that's why he goes around and lectures in school, because he lectures a lot of bullshit. That makes sense. That's why he has the job. He just lectures a lot of fucking bullshit.
Every time I leave Costco, I feel like I'm in the most toxic relationship.
Haven't gotten gas in a while, and it is $5 at Costco. I cannot even believe it. This is terrible.
Gas prices just jumped 85 cents in 1 month, and even Costco isn't safe anymore.
My God, it just keeps on going. Oh my God.
Costco was supposed to be the one place you could count on. People could rely on the bulk deals, and the membership used to feel worth every penny. It was almost like a promise. But that promise is being broken right now.
Okay.
And people are
it's gonna get worse.
Fed up. Let's talk about it.
This is 46 minutes ago?
I can't believe what I just spent. What is going on with my hair? I don't care. Literally $105.62. All right, first thing I got, Coke Zeros, okay? 20 freaking bucks. I'm never buying Coke Zeros again. I'll probably come back in 2 weeks and buy those though. Broccoli cheddar soup. How much was this? I freeze this and I give it to my daughter because she's obsessed. $10. That's not bad, I feel like, for 2 of these.
2 of those.
Also $10.99. I probably shouldn't buy these anymore, but I love the idea of hydroponic strawberries. Bananas are actually really cheap, $1.50. Raspberries, she will go through these in a week. $8. Okay, $8. Raspberries are expensive. Okay, paper towels, $20, bruh. Over $20. What is it? $20.79. How? Okay, and then look, 6 of these. Okay, three. That is $13.39 each. Okay, so like $26 on milk.
Her kids consume a lot of sugar. That's a lot of sugar, but whatever.
And then a rotisserie chicken. That's all I got. And I spent $105.
I spent $3.79 at Costco, and here's what I got. 2 grass-fed ground beefs, 6 ribeyes, real good chicken strips. I heard good things about this. Salmon, eggs, toothpaste, soap, plates. And then I got some paper towels and tissue for $3 something.
Yo, Costco, this is fucking ridiculous, bro.
It's getting
Hey,
ugly.
homeowners. If you're thinking about selling your house fast, you're probably looking for a quick, no-hassle.
It's getting bad out there, guys. $5 the gallon right now.
$40, bro. They used to be 30. God damn.
I guess 350. Zach said $500. Who was closer? No, you said 500.
No, but then I said it's gonna be more.
Okay, well, he said 500. So, and I said I won because I said 350.
This was a total.
Sheesh, Costco. We need some sponsorships.
Okay, if it looks like I'm on the verge of tears, it's because I am. I am one single person. It's just me in my house. I have a 9-month-old daughter who is just like starting to eat food. Every time I leave Costco, I feel like I'm in the most toxic relationship. The amount of money that I spend is just like unfathomable. Am I the only person who does this? Like, do I need to see a psychologist? I really don't know what's wrong. I cannot believe I just spent the last 2.5 hours on a Sunday scouring every nook and cranny of Costco for all the healthy finds, you know, all the organic, low tox, all that bullshit, because I've become that crunchy mom now who like does not want to put toxins in her or her baby's body. I spend an unreasonable amount of time in Costco, and then I get to the register and I always play that guess my total game, and it's usually around like 300 or 400, which is already insane. Today I did not even buy all the paper products and like household items that I needed. I only got paper towels and dog food. The rest was all groceries. I spent $589, like, almost in tears, because I'm like, I cannot believe that I just spent $589 on groceries. Like, realistically, can I afford this? I don't know. And so I get the worst buyer's remorse, and I need to know if I'm the only person who does this. I drive home from Costco in silence, and I'm like, should I turn around and return some stuff? I just feel like it's so expensive to live right now.
Yeah. Watching these hauls is something else. And the thing is, these aren't splurges. This is just groceries.
Man, bro, it's getting difficult out there for everybody.
Most people need. The frustration you hear in Costco customers' voices.
That's Costco, bro. That's people with a job and money, a really good job and money.
Costco was supposed to be different, but we're seeing now.
First, the secret society. Everyone already knows you get the call on a Tuesday afternoon. A friend of a friend, someone you respect. He says there's a group.
Let me check this out. Oh, there it is. It's there it is. Never okay.
Level 1, the petitioner. You've heard the stories your whole life. Secret societies that run the world from behind closed doors. The Illuminati, Skull and Bones. Names whispered in documentaries and Reddit threads at 2 a.m. But there's one that's real. Operating in plain sight for 300 years with a building in your town and a square and compass carved above the door. The Freemasons. And you want in. Not because you think they control governments. Because you've noticed something. Your neighbor got a job through a friend at the lodge. Your uncle's medical bills got quietly covered by the brothers. A cop lets your coworker off with a warning after seeing his ring. There's a network that takes care of its own. And you want to be inside it. But you don't apply. That's not how this works. You ask a Mason you already know, and he hands you a petition. 1 sheet of paper. Name, occupation, age. You sign it.
That's some messed
up,
bro.
That's the last thing you control. A committee investigates you. They ask your neighbors about your character. They check if you believe in a higher power, any higher power. Atheists don't get in. Then every member drops a ball into a box. White means yes. Black means no.
Wow.
1 black ball out of 40, and you're done. No appeal. But if every ball comes back white, you get a date, a night, and a set of instructions you don't fully understand. Level 2. Entered, apprentice, and fellow craft. Tuesday night. Dark suit. You empty your pockets. Every piece of metal comes off your body. The blindfold goes on. A rope around your neck, 1 foot bare, 3 knocks on a door.
Looking for tax help? Now
Too
there are
bad
TurboTax
commercials.
experts right in your
Can't do
neighborhood.
nothing about the
They get to
commercials.
know your unique situation.
I could put an
and
ad
get you
blocker,
every
but
dollar
I
you
just
deserve.
don't want to.
So hand off your
No,
taxes
I can't
to a
on
local
this app.
TurboTax expert today.
I gotta switch apps as soon as
One of the
possible.
things that you learn in the Army specifically.
Welcome in,
about
guys. Good
values,
evening. How's
loyalty,
it going?
duty,
How's it
and
going?
A voice. Who comes there? You can't answer for yourself. You are walked through a room you cannot see. You kneel. You swear an oath with words so old they describe penalties no court has used in centuries. The blindfold comes off, and the first thing you see is men smiling at you. Dozens of them. Aprons, jewels, white gloves, and every one of them looking at you like you just joined the family. A man you've never met puts his hand on your shoulder and calls you brother. He means it. You are an entered apprentice. First degree. 1 handshake, 1 password. You know almost nothing, but after the ritual, the brothers sit for dinner and pass a charity box around the table. A brother lost his job. The lodge is covering his rent. Another's daughter needs surgery. A fund appears overnight. Not world domination, mutual aid. And for the first time in your adult life, every man at this table would answer the phone at 3 a.m. if you called. Now you prove you belong. Weeks memorizing catechisms, then reciting them alone in front of the lodge, voice shaking. 60 men judging every syllable. Pass the oral exam and you earn the 2nd degree. Fellow craft. New handshake. New password. Deeper symbolism. But you still can't vote. Still can't hold office. 1 more degree to go. Level 3. Master Mason. The 3rd degree is the most intense night of your Masonic life. The lights go low. You reenact the death of Hiram Abiff, the legendary architect of King Solomon's Temple. You are symbolically attacked, killed, and buried. You lie on the ground in the dark while men chant words you can barely process. Then the brothers physically lift you from the floor with a grip called the lion's paw. You are raised from the dead. Your hands are trembling. The room is silent. Then, one by one, every brother in the room steps forward and embraces you. Men you barely know are hugging you like you just survived something together. Because you did. Something inside you has shifted. Every man in that room went through the same thing. That's the bond. Not the handshake. Not the ring. The fact that you all laid on that floor. You are now a Master Mason, 3rd degree, officially the highest rank in Freemasonry. Every Mason you'll ever meet, 6 months in or 60 years, holds the same rank as you.
At Kimberly Alls.
The reality.
Welcome to my channel.
Welcome in.
At Kimberly Alls.
You've been cleared to start.
Said.
Your ring goes
Hello
on your
again.
finger.
Hello
The
again.
square
Good evening. How are you
and
doing?
compass.
What's up?
A cop during a traffic stop sees it. A judge in a courtroom. A hiring manager across the desk. Nothing is said. The network activates silently. But the ring is also a leash. Every scandal, every messy divorce, the brothers are watching. They have a Masonic trial process, private, final.
At Kimberly Alls.
On paper.
Said.
But the men who
Good,
actually
how
run
are
this
you?
place
They're
aren't
really
the ones with
good.
the newest aprons.
Just
They're the ones sitting
here
in specific
learning
chairs,
about
wearing jewels
Masonic
around their necks. That's where
levels.
the real power lives. And if you want it,
What are you up to?
there's a line. Level 4, the progressive line. It's called going through the chairs.
I got bored of this. This is just all the satanic. Your life as a Freemason, you don't exist. Your life as every Freemason rank. Oh man, I don't want to go through that. That one's 8 minutes. All right, I'll check. I'll put it on a separate playlist or something. So how's everything in your family? God bless you for another day. What's your favorite subject in life? I created a new one. This is called Free Masons. Okay. And save this one to that one. Okay, that should be okay. JD Vance to invoke 25th Amendment. What? What the heck? 1 hour ago. What the heck is that going on? Chinese bosses in Iran war? Oh.
At Kimberly Alls said. Just scrolling on YT.
All right, cool.
Turns out the government tracks a lot of data, and it's scattered all.
25th Amendment time, baby!
At Kimberly Alls said.
That's what some Republicans
I have
are
a
calling
colonist
for.
by TW.
Asking, no.
Okay. Colonoscopy. Okay. Cheers.
Begging JD Vance to pull the trigger to get us out of this mess, out of the.
At Kimberly Alls said. You're that.
Really? Are you being serious? Like you went to the doctor and you're sharing that? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Well, God bless you. You're still alive. How you doing? How's your health?
Strait of Hormuz and back into the capital because
I think it's been like I don't know, more than 10 years I've visited a doctor. It's definitely been a while.
At Kimberly Alls
that the only way out
said.
Oh, I thought you were.
Yes.
I thought you were messing around. That's why I laughed to kiss me about that. It was just funny hearing that. You don't share that kind of stuff on the live, but okay, cool. It's cool. Well, hey, hopefully you're doing well. I don't know what people go through that. I'm pretty sure it's I don't know. Is that just to check for your prostate cancer and everything like that, right? But sure. I'm here to support anybody that needs some kind of moral support. If you just wanted to share that, hopefully you're doing well. But if you're not, hopefully you can share it with me. It's okay, bro.
Isn't through good. Donald Trump. It's through anyone else who's willing to stand up to this president. You know who's standing up to this president? Voters. Voters are pissed off. Everybody's
pissed off, bro. There's nobody that
became president because they understand what's going on. People are not stupid. And even if people aren't perhaps
I have to check
totally knowledgeable about what's going on, they understand when things cost more.
Whatever.
And unfortunately, in our culture, people don't really care about anything until it's personally starts to affect them. And this is affecting them. Here are just some voters.
Sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry from the deep bottom of my heart. Oh man, I'll pray for you. Is that your real name, Kimberly? Always. What's your real name? I always ask when it's like really personal like that. But if you're sharing that, it's just because you really need someone to support you and someone to talk to. And hey, it's good. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm a human and I'm a Christian, and if there's any way I can help you morally or spiritually, that's what we're here for, bro. It's just a test you're going through in life, and we all go through tests and trials. Do you believe in God, bro? Just a personal question.
Understanding the real cause of all of this.
Yeah, we know. It's just all evil, bro. It's all evil.
At Kimberly Alls said. Know that my name is Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, bro. Really? Is that you, bro? I forgot. I know you're just a young kid, bro. Sorry to hear that, bro. But thanks for sharing. That's very deep subject. Yeah, we all go through some kind of medical things, but what can I say? Do you believe in God? All right, I was gonna switch the channel I already know what's that about. I don't want to hear that. Okay, what's this? Oh yeah, I was checking this guy's page. He has pretty cool videos, but it's like not everything is exact, but whatever.
Kimberly Alls said, yes.
Okay, that's good that you do believe in God. Yeah, not a lot of kids, especially not under 15, believe in God. Especially here in the United States. That's good, bro. Sorry to hear that. It's just I don't know why God is putting you through a trial, but I guess that's a very difficult trial your family is going through right now. Sorry to hear that, bro. Man. I'll keep you in my prayers. I always try to pray for everybody. Jeremiah. I appreciate you stopping by and sharing that with me. A lot of people are suffering right now in the world. That's why I kind of stopped gaming. That's why I really don't want to game anymore. It's just like I mean, we're in the final days. We don't have a lot of time, and I don't have a lot of time here before the lights go out.
Said, thank you.
You're welcome, bro. You're welcome. And I appreciate it, really do. And I will pray for you. But yeah, there's a lot of suffering going in the world right now. And that's what I'm kind of like, I'm worried and scared at the same time. But me as a Christian, I'm not supposed to be worried or scared with the war and with World War III coming. And there's like, obviously it's, the prices are gonna escalate worse. It's right now it's $5, almost $5 a gallon here in Indiana. So everybody get kind of prepared. It's gonna be a difficult ride, and it's gonna get more difficult. So I'm pretty sure there's other kids out there that are going through the stuff that you're going through. Have you looked into your diet? I think I was going through some things as well. Yeah, the food is kind of bad, so your stomach issues have to do with where everything processed through. So you can probably, I'm pretty sure they probably told you to change your diet. Pretty sure they told you something, but I'm just saying if anything helps, that's probably your. The beautiful thing about our body that it can regenerate, and with prayer with God, it can heal, especially in the name of Jesus Christ. When you believe with faith, your body does re-heal and you can get healed again.
Kimberly Alls said,
all right.
I got to go.
Take care, Jeremiah. Take care. God bless you. Hopefully you heard what I said. Hopefully he heard what I said, but yeah. He's going through some troubles, but he still has you still have another day, bro. God loves you a lot. It's just you're going through trials. That's incredible. Now you're not the only one. We're all going through family struggles and financial struggles and mental problems, and we all suffer through depression and stuff. Even I get hit with depression. I was like, what? But that's a demon attacking you. That's like forces attacking you.
Kimberly Alls.
Okay, take care.
I did buy.
Okay. God bless you, bro. God bless you with another day. We'll talk soon. Hopefully you get more time to talk. I'm pretty sure the doctor already told him to change his diet. But yeah, that's the first thing you should do, your diet. That's and then get closer to God. Even though you believe in God, it's just you have to get closer to God. That's how I got healed from a lot of things, bro. A lot of things. It's incredible. I had so many problems. It's a long list. I went through a lot of trials and tribulations ever since I was a kid. Went through a lot of things. I think that's why my little brother used to get sick all the time. It was a manifestation. And everything's a manifestation of something that's deep in our souls or deep in something that's affecting our lifestyles or our families, etc. Okay. What's this? Why Young believed Jesus spoke against the emerge, not God. What's this?
Canonical Gospels, not in some suppressed text, not in some controversial manuscript discovered in a cave, in the actual Bible, that most people have read 100 times and never truly understood. And when Carl Jung read that sentence, he didn't see a religious teaching. He saw a declaration of war, not against Rome, not against the Pharisees, not against any human institution or political power. A declaration of war against the very force that built this world. Now, before you click away thinking this is going to be some comfortable theological discussion, I need you to understand something. What we are about to explore is not a theory Jung wrote about politely in an academic journal. This was the conclusion that kept him awake. The conclusion that scandalized theologians, alienated colleagues, and forced Jung to confront a question so radical that even he hesitated before publishing it. The question was this: what if Jesus wasn't preaching about God? What if Jesus was preaching against the God most people were already worshiping? Stay with me, because this is where it gets dangerous. Most people know Jung as the man who gave us introversion and extroversion, the personality types, the shadow. Safe, comfortable concepts that fit neatly onto motivational posters. That version of Jung is a lie, a comfortable, domesticated lie. The real Jung spent the last decades of his life obsessed with something far darker. He was obsessed with evil. Not as a metaphor, not as a psychological abstraction, but as a structural reality baked into existence itself. And the question that haunted him was not, why do bad people do bad things? The question was, why does a good God allow a world this broken? And here's where most theologians stop. They reach this question, feel the vertigo of it, and retreat into comfortable answers. Suffering builds character. God works in mysterious ways. We cannot understand the divine plan. Jung did not retreat. Jung leaned in. He published a book in 1952 called
What happened? Commercials. All right, this is kind of getting interesting. I like the way he's setting it up.
And it was not a comfortable book. In it, Jung argued that the God of the Old Testament, the God of fire and wrath and absolute command, displayed behavior that, if you encountered it in a human being, you would diagnose as deeply pathological, narcissistic, rageful, unconscious of his own contradictions.
I see where he's
demanding
going.
worship while simultaneously inflicting suffering, claiming omniscience while asking questions he should already know the answers to. Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? God demands of Job.
There's
Jung's
a military
response
draft?
essentially was, that is not the question of an all-knowing being. That is the question of a being who needs to assert dominance, because something in him is profoundly insecure. This was not atheism. Jung was not dismissing God. He was doing something far more unsettling. He was suggesting that the God most people worship might not be the highest reality, and that Jesus understood this with perfect clarity. Here is what you need to understand about the ancient world that Jung was studying. Before Christianity became an
I gotta
empire,
save this one.
before it became cathedrals and councils and creeds, there was a period of wild, explosive spiritual diversity. Dozens of competing visions of Jesus, of God, of reality itself. And among these, there was a movement that the early church worked so systematically to destroy that most people today have never even heard its real arguments. The Gnostics. Now, forget everything you think you know about
The
Gnosticism.
IDF just
if what you know
did
is
something
that
unbelievable to
they
Iran.
thought the body was evil, or they were just weird mystics. That is the version the winning side wrote. That is the Cliff Notes version designed to make them sound irrelevant.
All right,
The
U.S.
actual Gnostic argument
military
was
draft.
philosophically devastating. And it went like this. Look at this world. Really look at
2026.
it. Disease.
Okay, so it is true. All right, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, 2 days ago, 5 days ago. See, that's the one I saw right now. That's the one 6 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 12. That's the latest stuff. There's not really nothing, but let's check out what's the top videos say. I guess this one has 164,000. That's the top. Okay, let's check out this. What was
Joining us, host of the Independent Americans podcast and founder and CEO of Independent Veterans of America, Paul Rieckhoff. and host of Puck's The Powers That Be podcast and Snapchat's Good Luck America, Peter Hamby. Good luck, America, indeed, Peter. Bring us into this focus group.
It's not just a clever name, as Wayne would say from Wayne's World. So John, who you mentioned, great pollster who focuses on the Gen Z vote, created this AI platform called CrowdVox. Put that aside. It's able to do focus groups at scale. And so I was talking to John, and I'm glad you pulled those quotes. I said, what do young men who voted for Donald Trump in 2024, remember, in exit polls, think about the war in Iran? Because I was flashing back to my campus travels during the campaign for my Snapchat show, talking to college students, and young men brought up over and over again, they were worried about foreign wars. They were worried about being drafted. Maybe that sounded silly, but Donald Trump won in part and built a coalition of young men, Hispanics, college-educated white men, independent voters on top of MAGA, based on ending foreign wars and refocusing those commitments over here. And so there's a trust issue with young men. And these quotes you pulled, those are, by the way, Katie, the exact quotes that I pulled. Utter disbelief from young men in these focus groups, again, conducted with an AI, John's AI voice, but done at scale. And he was able to isolate some of these quotes. Here's another one. This is from a guy named Austin, a 26-year-old white man in Pennsylvania, a swing state, who said, just leave the country be and let them choose whoever they want. He was asked about regime change. Quote, why we got to put our noses in it, bro? For real. How about we worry about our own economic BS? And again, Trump was elected and won this demo on the cost of living, making the economy more accessible, making rent and gas prices more affordable, and they feel betrayed. This comes up in polling over and over again, but the war is just one more example of that, Katie.
The draft.
You know, it's true because they sound just like my 16-year-old. Paul, talk to me about, I mean, we started off with this generation grew up in the shadow of what you had to do in Iraq and Afghanistan, what folks like you had to do. The war was a mess. It was a mess. It cost a lot of American lives. It cost a lot of local lives.
Fake
it cost
war.
A whole lot of money, and it did a bad number.
Not a fake war, but I mean, like
they saw this. They were raised on it. They saw Donald Trump come out and say he was always against it, even though he wasn't. He saw him campaign
the weapons
on
of mass destruction.
A foreign war, not being like
that was
these other
fake.
dummies out there.
There's nothing out there.
When they say they feel duped, I mean,
duped again.
They have a point, don't they?
Yeah.
Welcome to politics, bro.
Like, welcome to politics. Yeah, politics 101. You'll get duped.
By a ridiculous war, and this is their turn. I think it's important to note that today is the anniversary of the Iraq War. And we got the Iraq War a present for its birthday, a whole new war. And now we've got a generation of young people who understand maybe a bit more that it's not a video game, that it's real. They've been in their mom's basement playing Call of Duty and maybe not tracking on politics or maybe buying what Trump was pushing. And now he's actually saying draft. It may not be probable, but it's possible, right? I mean, at least it's out there. It's not something an American president would ever talk about.
They're not dismissing it.
Right. And I think that's hitting hard with people, while at the same time that same demographic can't afford gas, is having a hard time finding a job.
Girls are going to get drafted.
And they see $1 billion
all the feminists
in Iraq. So I think it's becoming more real for them. It's not yet personal, because there's not a specter of a draft, because most of their friends haven't been killed or wounded yet. But they know people who serve. They know people in the National Guard. And I think as longer this goes on, it's going to come more and more personal. And a reminder, Trump's kid's not going. He's of age. You know, he's in that demographic. And instead of playing video games in Dad's White House, he could be signing up to go if the family was so committed to this effort.
Yeah, I wonder, folks, like the ones you just quoted, Peter saying, this ain't no game. How does
he's not gonna go. He's not gonna go.
The White House's visualizing of this
looks more like a pussy than anything.
TikTok and social media with these glossy ads about this war, splicing up video games and images of America blowing things up in Iran, movie quotes and America blowing things up in Iran. Does that make it cool for these guys? Does it make it more palatable, more fun, or does it only emphasize what that gentleman was saying, which is that this is not, that this administration sees their lives as a game, and that they're not taking the promises they made seriously?
Yeah, if you look at their Twitter, Instagram accounts, TikTok, I mean, they're basically doing remixes and clips of, missile and drone attacks to like Wii golf and, fun video games. Every White House comes into their first or second term in this case, feeling pretty cocky. The White House, the Trump White House in particular, they really, to me, Katie, have always felt like they're just talking to their own people. And it's a weird kind of misplaced sense of bravado because the public opinion polling does not bear out support for this war. Poll after poll after poll shows majorities are against it. Independents are against it. That coalition I mentioned, on top of MAGA, those swing voters, they're against it. It's remarkably,
it is California.
It remarkably cheapens the conflict also with there, I think over a dozen U.S. service members have been killed to put out these video game clips. Who is this for? It almost feels like they're talking to each other. One more thing I want to point out.
70% of U.S. adults aged through 18 to 29 disapprove of Trump's handling of the presidency. Oh, really? Oh, man. So the other people they're racist, just like him. The 30% are brainwashed of the young folk that are young adults. Wow, that says a lot. I thought it was more like 50, but I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure there's 60% that are maybe not approving of the war, but yeah, it's the majority. But 2 weeks ago, 12 days ago. Oh. That was 12 days ago. Young people are freaking out over 2026 draft. Let me check this. That's 4 days ago. This is the youngest one. The latest video.
Track Jack. He's a credit wrecker. He doesn't know that by focusing on one type of credit.
Why am I not scared of being drafted? One reason. I'm transgender. They're not sending my bitch ass to war. And frankly, they're not sending anyone else I know either, because I will start giving them hormones while they're sleeping. Yeah. Now we're transgender, bitch.
Fucking second they give me I will never be drafted. You can't draft me. Because the fucking second they give me my service weapon, I'm blowing my shit smooth off. I am peeling my muffin cap back blue. Fucking draft me?
42 different people. I just want to make sure we're on the same page here. If the United States ever tried to draft us, fuck that. Are you shitting me?
All right, today we're talking about people freaking out over the draft. They think there's going to be a draft. They're freaking out about it. We got to watch these videos. As a veteran, as somebody that's been there, done that, had to sign up for the selective service a long time ago, we got to watch them. Let's go.
Also, I want to say, it feels a little unfair and also stupid that they try to get regular people like you and me to go fight in a war, but the fucking Rock gets to chill at home. You know he is not going, even if it's World War XII. We have a whole sport, a whole league of professionals whose whole job is to train their bodies to give each other brain damage. What the fuck do you need me for? Send Joe Rogan. Please send Joe Rogan. Please. He wouldn't even need to fight. Just play his podcast really loud. Eventually they'll give up. I get mistaken for 15 people a day. You probably think I'm Jared from Vine still. Good luck finding me. I don't wear this thing in public. Look at this picture. Try finding me in this picture. I guarantee you, 42 different people, you're gonna be like, is that him? No, bitch, it is not me. Keep looking. Here, I'll give you a hint. I'm the one with the hair. I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
So these guys, I tell you, The Rock wouldn't probably do good in Iraq with 140-degree weather with 60 pounds of gear. He'd be too big. And if he fell down, nobody could carry him to the helicopter. He's too big. The Army has this thing where they would rather have the little guy like him than that ginormous guy because they're just too big. I remember when I was at MEPS and there was this guy that was ginormous. He was literally like The Rock. That's when you, in process, medical. And he was so big, I mean, he was just jacked. And we saw him later, and he's like, they said I was too big. Like, literally, they want the little scrawny guy because he can run forever.
Military, but I did just want to tell y'all.
Damn, bro. I didn't know that, bro. So there's like no real tough guys in the military, like big muscle dudes. Dang, bro, that says a lot about America, bro. We're screwed.
On TikTok,
I mean, you guys are screwed. I'm not American.
Draft people.
I live in America, but I can go back to Mexico.
But I did just want to tell
I can just run back, bro.
If you are unvaccinated, you're okay.
They're kicking out military members
What?
right now for not taking the vaccine.
What?
So all y'all people that have gotten the vaccine, y'all about to get drafted. Not the unvaxxed, though. Y'all good.
Yes, I'm unvaccinated.
So I'm seeing a...
She thinks that they won't just hold her down and shoot her with the gun. Look, when you go in the line, okay? When
Yeah,
in the
you
line,
get
go to
vaccinated,
mass,
yeah.
You go to deploy. Like, they've got this gun, okay?
Yeah.
And they just go ka-chunk, and you get all of them at one time. Or they have a line, and you'll get 4 or 5 at one time, right? And let me tell you something. The Army has its ways. They were doing this a long time before people, during the last drafts, okay? They got their ways. They'll just hold you down and ka-chunk, Look, don't think you're just going to go in there and not be vaxxed. They will vaccinate.
They will vaccinate
If
you.
you're
I
a
knew
veteran,
that
comment
already.
down below. I want to hear your thoughts. If you're a civilian, I want to hear your thoughts. I know it sounds barbaric.
It is
but they got their
barbaric.
ways. If they got to put handcuffs on you while they ka-chunk you, you're getting ka-chunked.
I keep hearing that there's a draft coming. I want to know how many men in their 30s or 40s, when that door gets knocked on, are going to go fight for greedy fucking politicians that have been stealing our money and ruining our way of life for decades and die in a country halfway across the world for what?
Damn, bro.
How many out there are going to go fight? Because I'm not. Fuck them. Fuck them greedy politicians, fuck their war, and fuck everything that they're about. I'll go sit in a jail cell for the rest of my life before I fight for these greedy fucking pigs.
I mean, what do you think about that type of mentality right there? I will say this.
He's free to do what he wants.
After being through all this and still crusty about Afghanistan and Iraq,
Damn.
I said that in my video last night about the draft, that if you had politicians to where if they started a war, they had to send at least one family member, one son or daughter, or they couldn't vote for the war. And that would hold back a lot of these dumb idea fairies, okay? They would stop sending people to war if they had to suffer like everybody else does with their family. I saw this video the other night, and it was, a picture of a young kid and his mom and dad standing there sending the son off to war, and his little car was sitting in the front yard. And then it showed a picture of the mom and dad sitting on the front porch, and the car was dirty. And then it fast forwarded 5 or 6 years, and he never came home. And it was this old rundown house with this old dirty car, and the parents sitting there sad on the front porch. Reminded me of when I left on the bus, looking back and seeing my mom and my dad standing there. And
Man, that's sad, bro.
I was going off on the bus. What if I would have never returned? Their only son would have been lost. I just don't believe that a kid from Nebraska needs to go the pig trails, the little goat trails of Iran and die for something that nobody even knows what it was good for, because it was absolutely nothing. I will say that. But, veterans are as patriotic as they come. We are as patriotic as they come. We're just tired of being sent off to war to bleed for some corporate war. And it's been like that for the last, I don't know how many, Desert Storm, Vietnam, Afghanistan, Iraq. The list goes on and on.
Consent matters, and but if
That's
feminists
been 40
actually
years,
cared
but
about equal rights,
the
then why
last
aren't
20
they
years
fighting
has just
for
been
women
wars,
to
wars,
be
wars, wars, wars.
drafted? I don't think the draft should exist, and I'm not going to fight for my gender to be forced into something that I don't believe in. I don't think men or women should be drafted across seas to go fight in some war and unalive in some war that we should have had no involvement in to begin with. I'm anti-war, and I'm anti the military-industrial complex. Why would I be pro-women being put into the draft? We as women already have enough problems. We don't need to add another problem onto our bucket list by adding ourselves to the draft. So no, you're not going to be catching me fighting for women to be drafted when I don't believe in the draft to begin with. What you will catch me doing is advocating against the draft because I don't think anyone should be drafted. Consent matters, and consent especially matters whenever the government is wanting to force you to go fight in some war in some different country and potentially unalive. You should be able to say no to that. So yeah,
a lot of people
I'm
probably
be fighting
will
for the
not
girlies
go
to
as
stay
well.
here, and I don't think that we should be included in the draft. Oh, but
So I want to know your thoughts down below. Should women have to sign up for the selective service just like men? This is a big, hot, debated topic. I think they should. If we're going to have equal everything, if they can go to combat arms, infantry, field artillery, MPs, They can be scouts. They can go to ranger school. They can be a lieutenant in an infantry unit now. We are equal across the board. And I've seen some of them ruck march with the best of them. I've seen them carry the machine gun. I've seen them do all these things. And if they're just as capable in the eyes of everybody else, shouldn't they have to sign up for the selective service?
In their eyes,
comments down below. Agree,
they think they're
disagree.
as equal as men, so they should.
Because we're all equal. If they can serve in a command position, they are seen medically fit, and they can pass the PT test, they should be determined as the same. And I find that, I just wonder where everybody falls on that. And last time it was debated in Congress, everybody was like, well, women shouldn't have to. Well, there's many other things you can do than serve on the front lines. I mean, you can work in government service, you can work in logistics, you can work in the medical corps. There's many things that somebody could do with a draft other than just go out and catch bullets. I want to know your thoughts, comments down below. Just my thought, my opinion.
Cook. Make all the women cook.
It's so funny that they're like, yeah, we're going to have a draft for all of you millennials.
Shitty meals. Oh, yeah. American shitty meals.
I regret to inform you that we are all mentally ill. We are all on at least one mental health medication.
Not all, but most. I'm okay, bro. I got fixed with Jesus.
I think we're going to do when we get into those tanks.
What?
We're going to blast Taylor Swift and then fucking cry.
What?
And then hit a lorazepam and take a nap.
Man,
you know,
crazy.
It is wild how many people are actually fit for service. Very few. Very few. It's going down by the minute. It also is a little scary how many people are unfit for things in society. I always say the only difference between the west side of town drugs and the good side of town drugs is prescription. I don't know. What do you think?
Can you really imagine a military draft with this generation? Man, President Trump, good luck with that shit. There's no way that this generation will allow you to draft them. These motherfuckers will rather go to jail. And if anything, jail ain't that bad nowadays anyway. I mean, motherfuckers is in jail with cell phones.
Yeah,
motherfuckers is in jail with dating profiles, and they got more women than the motherfuckers in the free world. I mean, they in jail making hibachi and all type of shit. So, jail for a lot of these young kids is looking better.
Yeah, they got free food, bro.
And I'm sorry, not to knock this generation, but it ain't the toughest set of
tastes like school food,
these
bro.
guys are walking around with fucking,
especially you're in the county jail, bro.
Bags and got
county jail's food is good.
Hands sitting on their calf muscles and shit. Like, this is probably not the generation to be thinking about a draft. You might have to wait a few years into the future and hoping that shit changes, but this generation, y'all is tripping.
Y'all's tripping.
Can you really imagine?
I'm shocked at how many people get out of prison, write a book, and become millionaires. It's like almost like they're going to college to write their book, you know? I mean, there's lots of them out there. And it's also wild what they have in prison. Like, when I see these videos of people in prison, like, how do the guards let them have all that stuff? Like, how are they able to have a cell phone and all the TVs and all these things? But it seems like if you got money in prison, you can get just about anything. I don't know. Comment down below.
Yeah, that's true.
But I will say the Army has a way of fixing people. Like, I saw a kid when he came in, couldn't even do a push-up. He had never done anything seriously hard in his entire life. He was going to be in the music division in the Army. Like, he was going to be a musician, play the flute or something. And by the time he was left, he was a lean, mean push-up machine. Those drill sergeants worked him so hard for 9 weeks that he had completely changed in 9 weeks. I was really proud of him. He was a good guy. But he just was in shock when he got there that they would smoke us for 4 or 5 hours, you know, making the walls sweat.
Yeah. Okay. What's up with you guys out there? Are you guys going to be drafted? You guys want to be drafted?
Unclear and often contradictory
what's up with this guy? He lost all his testosterone or something? I'm pretty sure he's just like that. I don't know. The accidental climate activist. What?
America and Israel are unleashing destruction, devastating lives across the Middle East.
You could say we did it out of habit, which is not a good thing to do.
Get such massive oil reserves.
Did he really say that? Did this guy say it out of habit? Obviously, you guys do it out of money, and that's a habit. Not just because you want to go to war, just because you want to go to war. It's because you got to make money. Wars are profiteering. That's all it is.
devastating lives across the Middle East.
You could say we did it out of habit, which is not a good thing to do.
Get such massive oil reserves in Iran out of the hands of terrorists.
These latest
Really?
conflicts are cutting too many lives.
Who is the terrorists? The ones that are
short and
attacked?
uprooting even more. The fallout has rapidly spread across the region, and the consequences are being felt across the globe.
Yeah, it's almost
And
$5 a
amidst all of
gallon
the
here in
destruction and
Indiana.
chaos that's been unleashed,
It's
the world
ugly.
is finally starting to question its fossil fuel habit and looking for a way forward that could be more secure.
Bad sign. 2 hours. This
peaceful,
market
and
signal has
powerful
never
for
been
the
wrong.
entire planet.
All right, let's check it out.
I'm Adam. I have a PhD in atmospheric physics, and I'm here to help
Really?
you make sense of the changing planet that we all share. Today, I want to discuss whether Trump is in fact a climate action champion. Now, the short answer is obviously not, but the longer answer is just maybe. Accidentally. Now, I've spoken a bunch on this channel about how climate change and conflict aren't separate threats. They're deeply interwoven. On the one hand, militaries and armed conflict drive climate change.
I think he's just onto
Analysis
something,
from the
but
Conflict
it's
and
not like
Environment Agency.
it's like making a video of something that you're like, oh, or like nobody's aware of, but it's like always been there. But it's like you're just like making like oh, water's like a little clear here. That's like okay. I think it's just making nothing to see here. All right, let's check this one out. Why is 129,000 the new poor? I make 100 and something and he can't barely make it. That's a day ago, bro. Our creator feels like nothing like what streamers. That was 5 hours ago. I know, it's stupid. What? $1 trillion wiped out after Trump backed down markets? All right, you gotta check that one out.
A signal just triggered in the market that we've only seen a handful of times in the last 20 years.
Okay.
And every single time when it showed up, a recession or a bear market followed.
Yeah, we already know it's gonna get worse.
2015, 2022. I saw this story over the weekend. Didn't make headlines, of course. It's exactly the kind of thing that most people ignore or they don't understand it, so they tend to gloss over it.
Or they don't want to make a panic buy thing.
Their stock portfolios or their investment accounts. It's not yet showing up in stock prices or, again, the headlines. Story out of the Zero Hedge is entitled, "What Do Bonds Know That the Stock Market Doesn't?" Well, it says that most investors spend their time watching the S&P 500, and that's a mistake because the credit market is the real tell. And the bond market, it says, has been whispering a warning sign for weeks now.
The bond market, bro.
That credit spreads are starting to shout out loud. The benchmark measure of credit default swap spreads, and that's in the CDX index, has climbed to a 9-month high, while the S&P 500 sits within 5% of its all-time peak. And what the article says is over the past 20 years, every time this combination appeared, a bear market followed. And it says every single time. So before you glaze over on the topic of credit default swaps, it's really straightforward. You know, the markets just like to use big fancy terms so you don't pay attention or try to assess what
they
the
just
real
change the
risk is.
terminology, so yeah.
Think of it like this. If you lend a friend of yours $100,000,
Damn.
and you're worried that he or she might not be able to pay you back the loan or may default on the loan. So you pay a third party, let's say $2,000 a year, so that if your friend defaults on that loan, the third party has to pay you that $100,000. That contract is basically what a credit default swap or CDS is in a nutshell. What you have to understand is that
what the heck?
CDS is not just insurance. It's really a bet on failure. During the 2008 financial crisis, remember what happened? Investors bought the CDSs on mortgage bonds. And when those bonds collapsed, the payouts on those default swaps was massive. Remember the firm AIG? They'd insured so much of that they couldn't cover the losses, and they had to be bailed out in the crisis.
So that's
so it's
what
important
really
that you
happened.
Understand.
I thought they were bailed out because they did go bankrupt, but I never knew why. Why?
With these spreads,
I thought it was just like
if it plays
they
out
loaned.
I
thought they loaned a lot of money. I didn't know it was like that.
This exact warning sign has
So it's all rigged game at the end of the
Credit
day.
is the lifeblood of the economy, folks. You have to keep that in mind. Businesses borrow to operate. Consumers borrow so they can spend. When you see rising CDS prices and spreads in that index, it means the market thinks that the risks of default are rapidly increasing. And the higher the percentage, the more risk of default. A spiking CDX index, signals.
Okay, excuse me. I'm just getting sleepy. I ate pizza and it doesn't do one, but okay, let's check it out.
Most investors are using paper napkin math to run their wholesale and flip business, causing them to struggle and constantly miss out on
lining up trying to buy bars. That's kind of like, euphoric peak. And then often you go into these periods of extreme consolidation. If you've been watching for a while, you've known
that's
that
been
we shared
kind
a
of ugly.
chart from Nautilus. Shout out to them. And that chart actually had the structure of all silver crashes and how
Okay, the market open live today trading stock market in Iran conflict over live trading features and opinions. That was 11 hours ago, bro. Let me check this out. This is live.
Will change, but it won't put people out of a job. And I personally, I believe the same is true in writing and acting. I think it changes the way things are done a little bit, but you can't currently. The more I look into it, the less I worry that it is going to replace us. It so still needs the human input.
One of the things I always think back at when I think of like examples of amazing technological moments in film is Toy Story, back in 1996. Is there a feeling that we're at a similar point now, or is the hype kind of getting away from us?
Well, I think it'll be interesting. One of the amazing things about Toy Story is they took technology that was still quite nascent and they created a new form of films, computer animated movies. At the moment,
man, that took a long time to produce a movie like that. All right, but I'm tired. I'm gonna go to sleep.
If you're watching Chinese Insider, please subscribe to our new channels.
Chinese Insider
and David on China. Both channels, you can find the links in the description, or simply search on YouTube with no
David
space.
Zhang.
David on China, David Zhang 360. Guys, China's J-20 stealth fighter jet might just be a total tofu drag project, and it honestly kind of shocks me, but here we are. China has removed the portraits of 17 military scientists. Some have disappeared recently, others have been speculated to have disappeared over the last year or so, including the ones that worked on the radars that basically were used, well, used is in quotations because they didn't work in Iran and Venezuela. And of course, the lead designer of the
ICE agents deployed Phoenix.
You can guess
Oh,
why.
okay. Deployed in
Because they
Phoenix.
didn't work, and since their military is literally faking the capabilities, I have to ask the following questions. Which came first? Is it that the radar could detect the J-20 fighter jet, therefore they thought it was working on all types of stealth fighters? Or is it that the J-20 fighter jet's stealth capabilities are really bad, but of course they didn't know, so they thought that the radars were so good because they could detect it? It's like a chicken and egg question, right? Which one came first? Now, real talk though, the lead designer of the J-20, Yang Wei, had already been speculated last year.
Okay.
We need to see your badge number.
What?
Show your badge number. What's the badge? I don't know who you are. You could be someone kidnapping her.
Okay, we should call the police.
That was her daughter, hysterically crying as guys.
3 hours ago?
We think ICE kidnapped the mother. By the way, we are on the ground as I speak. Our cameraman John Farina is at JFK. here's some ICE agents just standing around. So you can help build the only independent news outlet.
It's getting. I knew that was gonna happen eventually. They were gonna have to attack someone.
They've been lying to us for years, and you're going straight to the people.
Flint, Michigan, Washington,
Brooklyn, New
D.C.
York.
Government sending one more you to the residents of Chicago.
We need as many independent
immigrants and U.S. citizens from the streets of America into the airports of America. This is horrifying stuff. This is footage now that we have.
I can assure you, there's no illegals at any airport, bro. That would be like extreme, like that, like be like the dumbest thing an illegal would do. Just go to an airport, even before ICE agents were there, bro. It's like you're just giving yourself up. But yeah, it's like, yeah, it's getting.
ICE
I knew it was gonna happen.
13 airports as of now, helping with the TSA delays and
Nah, I'm pretty sure they're just scared that there's gonna be some kind of like Iranian or some kind of radical Muslim that's gonna attack the United States airport. That's why they sent them. They don't have anybody, like they're not gonna send the military because it will look scary.
Checking in, security. Now we have ICE agents kidnapping mothers in airports. This is footage from the international airport.
Yeah,
in
you
San
just can't take them away, bro. You have to have probable cause, bro. I mean, these ICE agents think they're federal agents, real federal agents, and they can just play like MIB, FBI, like put together. They think they're the FBI and the MIB, and they can do whatever they want.
What's your name? Can show the badge. Where's the badge?
Where's your bag?
Can someone call 911? Where's your badge? Can I see? Let me see your badge. Okay. No, can I see your badge? I don't know if that's legitimate. Can I see your badge number, sir? What is your name? What is your name? Where's your badge number? I'm asking for your badge number, sir. What is your badge number?
Damn, bro, this is sad. This was what? Damn, that was yesterday.
We need to see your badge number. Show your badge number. What's the badge? This is an illegal arrest. Show the badge number.
It's okay. We'll wait.
I need to see your badge
Step
number.
back. Step back.
I don't know who you are. You could be someone kidnapping her.
Okay, we should call the police. Call the police.
That was her daughter hysterically crying as guys in hoodies, we think ICE, kidnapped the mother. Based on what probable cause? Who knows? Do they have a warrant?
That's a lady, bro. What is she? Dude, there's people terrorizing churches in the United States, and they're after moms that on an airport just because of their color. Why don't they do that to a white woman? Why don't they ask white people, hey, where's your ID? Where's your, a white person can just look like this guy and be a Muslim. I mean, this guy right here, he can look like a Muslim. Just change the the shirt into one of those things they wear and put a thing on their head. There's no difference.
Probably not.
You'd be a terrorist.
Hysterical daughter as they pin down the mother.
But trust me, the terrorists are not going to come through airports. They're not going to attack that way. They're way smarter than that.
ICE is supposed to be there not to kidnap more people, but to help the backlog.
Yeah, they were supposed to help, but whatever. They're not there to help. This guy, this professor is a fake. He's a Zionist.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. We've got another banger for you.
Yeah.
We're talking today about Nick Star. We recently
5 days
spoke
ago,
about Capture in another
we already
video.
know, bro. We already know he's a cheater.
Down below, go and check it out. Now, Capture predominantly.
I'll just save it for some other day.
Nick Star today. They were both cheating their asses off many years ago when I started.
Yeah, I know. 28 years olds are disappearing in China? What?
I think it really comes down to, and I don't know how much over the last couple of years, how much this has just been about just pure distraction. I mean, you sort of have fall of Afghanistan, then followed by Ukraine, followed by Gaza, followed by now the war with Tehran. And, I don't know how much of that has sort of played into people just losing the thread. I think there's a fair amount of that, and I'd like to talk to Congressman Chris Smith
Secret
about
killer
that.
leads
He's
cops
been
into
pushing
her
the Stop
3 million murder.
Stop
What?
Transplant Act.
Oh, mansion.
And
Ooh, that sounds
I
creepy,
think
bro.
he's stuck with it.
Investigating
We're gonna
Chinese
see.
live streamer.
Some
Okay.
talk now even about
U.S.
potential hearing
engaged in
fairly soon.
constructive talks. Nah, that's
I'd like to get Dee Dee
China's
Christensen
plan to farm humans.
because
I
she
know
was the
that's
one
the
New York
every
Times
elite's
reporter, the
dream.
best China reporter they ever had in their history,
Okay.
who understood this issue because her Chinese was flawless and because the doctors were constantly saying, "What are we supposed to say about this?"
What? What the heck? What the heck is that?
In front of her.
Is that like someone promoting their music or something?
And her editors told her, don't
Look really
cover
stupid, by the
Yes,
way.
they said that. They said you can cover it, but don't cover it using any evidence. Okay, so covering something without evidence is actually her specialty. She's a very good color writer. He's known for this. He can do these sort of atmospheric things where you just bring up the issue and kind of leave it on the table. And she did a very good job with that. But nonetheless, and then when the Vatican, and she was very influential when the Vatican was trying to get ratified that China had reformed their transplant engagement.
Jewish tunnels. What the heck?
Said, well, if we're going to make
I want to check this one out. This one looks interesting. That guy kind of that thing kind of got boring about the people. Obviously, people are missing all
Doesn't
over
look like anyone's been here.
the world.
What's that smell?
Ew.
This officer is unknowingly reacting to the decomposition odor coming from Craig Thetford's hidden body. Police have been searching for him for months with no success. And even now, with the foul odor in the air, they still have no idea he's buried only feet away.
Dang.
Is that dirt? Or is that blood?
This is the only way I've been able to have any communication with him. And I don't even know if it's him.
I wouldn't even know where to start looking.
There's some weird going on.
Whoever killed Craig covered their tracks meticulously, using chemicals to mask the odor, disabling security cameras, and hiding in plain sight. And while detectives spend months trying to figure out where Craig went, the suspected killer quietly continues spending Craig's money, allegedly buying houses, cars, and crafting a plan to ensure they're never found.
Holy smokes.
Well, I want to say something else, but I don't want to implicate her.
You need to say it.
You might start looking in the Caribbean.
Police Department!
Dr. Insanity. Disclaimer.
It's a late May evening in Cloudcroft, New Mexico. Tucked among wooded acreage and mountain terrain
Last
sits a
year.
2,000 square foot property owned by 60-year-old Craig Thetford. He lives inside this large 3-story house with his wife, Dina. The Thetfords enjoy a comfortable lifestyle thanks to Craig's roofing business. They own multiple residential properties and frequently take luxury vacations. But a few months ago,
Luxury
something dark took place
vacations.
inside the Thetford household, and it went unnoticed for weeks until May 2025, when the Otero County Sheriff's Office
The
receives
Otero.
a disturbing call.
Communications on a recorded line. How can I help you?
Who would I talk to have a wellness check done on an individual?
That would be me. What's going on?
His name is Craig Thetford. Everybody here in Texas has been trying to get a hold of Craig for nearly 2 months.
Okay.
We can't get a hold of his wife. We're really concerned about him because this is not like him. He always answers his phone or calls back. Even his family here hasn't been able to get a hold of him. Nobody can get a hold of him.
On the line
Really?
is Larry Scott.
I wish someday when I go missing, someone wakes me up.
But something about this call is different.
That's funny,
As
bro.
Larry explains, nobody has seen Craig or his wife for months. A detail that's highly unusual since
Man.
most missing person reports come within days. Following this, officers are dispatched to the address to conduct a welfare check on the Thetford couple. Once they pull up to the long driveway and step out into the mountain air, they can sense something is off about this place.
Ooh, cops arriving. It looks a little bit tense. Have drugs stop working? What? This is the music the algorithm wants to push on me. The music is very low, bro. Poor guy, he didn't master it, bro. It's like super extremely low. Poor dude, I feel sorry for whoever pushed that onto the algorithm. Paid YouTube to push that low music content. Oh man, I feel sorry for
office.
whoever paid for that commercial. I feel sorry for you, bro. It's creepy, bro. It's like,
can you see anything through the windows?
Yeah, I got a pretty good look through the windows. Doesn't look like there's anyone in there.
As officers walk around the residence, they notice the sheer size of the property with multiple carports and outbuildings. Lights are on throughout the home itself, but strangely, no one answers the door. Looking through the windows, one officer notices several boxes stacked, suggesting that the couple might be in the process of moving or had already left. As another officer circles towards the carport, he hesitates.
There's just a lot of property
Something odd
stuff.
about the air around him.
I got a pretty decent security camera on the back.
Doesn't look like anyone's been here.
That's a lot of property to be moving.
Coming from the carport, a faint, strange odor drifts through the space. But up in the mountains, with wildlife and wooded terrain, unusual smells aren't uncommon, so the officer brushes it off and moves on. With the home appearing vacant and no immediate signs of foul play, cops call it off and leave with the impression that the Thetford couple likely moved out and simply forgot to inform their friend Larry. Unknowingly, officers are walking away from the first signs that something far more sinister is at play. The next day, things begin to shift into something more serious as police receive a second call about Craig. However, this one carries more concerning details than the last.
Telecommunications on a recorded line. How can I help you?
Okay, this is gonna seem really, really strange. About 4 months ago, my grandpa had went off the face of the world, and he's a volunteer firefighter up there. He loved to do it. He talked to me about it all the time. And so I'd like to place a wellness check. But the only person that said she's talked to him in 4 months is his wife, and apparently now they're getting a divorce. He's doing a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't believe it. It's not my grandpa. It's just really strange.
What's his name?
Craig Thetford.
And what's your name?
My name is Cody Gibson, and I'm his grandson. His wife is supposedly in Texas getting a divorce.
With yet another welfare check request from Craig's grandson Cody, a clearer timeline begins to form. It now sounds like Craig hasn't been missing for 2 months as previously believed by his friend. Instead, he hasn't been seen for over 4 months, which is even more alarming. Additionally, the reason no formal missing person report was filed starts to make sense, as Cody goes on to explain that his grandfather's wife, Dina Thetford, has been telling everyone that Craig is in Mexico with another woman after filing for divorce. A story that doesn't sit right with Craig's grandson. Following this second call, Otero County Sheriff's deputies are dispatched back to Craig's house. This time, instead of simply knocking and leaving, they widen the scope. If Craig and his wife aren't inside the house, maybe someone nearby has seen or heard something. So deputies begin canvassing the surrounding properties, a decision that will quietly kickstart an investigation into what may become one of the most elaborate and twisted homicide cover-ups they've ever handled.
Deputy Ventura with the Sheriff's Office. By chance, have you seen your neighbors over?
No, sir, I hadn't. I've been really really worried about him.
Okay.
Since January. And we were real good friends and everything.
Okay.
And we were both on the James Canyon Fire Department.
Mm-hmm.
And then come January, there was just no contact.
No contact at all. Come January.
I got him. I was on the James Canyon Fire Department there for about 5.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And when he moved up here, I talked him into it.
Okay. You realize it's already late.
Friends and
Yeah.
everything. And then Josh over here, we got him on the fire department.
It's already late.
Heidi here would know more information about them because I know.
Okay, man, guys.
Do you know what the address is over there?
This is the last video we'll watch for the evening.
The A-frame right there.
This one right here?
Yeah, this one right here.
This is scary. I've seen a lot of documentaries or a lot of cop shows. This one, I don't know why it's so scary.
At Brett Simpson
What's up? Hello, good evening.
7956. Welcome
Yes,
to my
ma'am. How are
channel.
you? I'm Deputy Pintor with the
At
Turk
Brett
County Sheriff's
Simpson
Office.
7956 said, "Hello."
Good evening. How you doing? How's your day? Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
His wife Dina's my friend.
Brett Simpson.
Okay.
She hasn't really talked to him either, which is weird.
Have you talked to Dina?
The volume's low on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you asked her anything about like Craig, how he's doing or anything like that?
From what she's telling me, she's not talking to him either.
She's
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So are they like not together right
I
now?
think they're splitting up.
Gotcha. Okay.
Pretty
Okay.
sure that's what's happening.
And when was the last time you saw Dina here in the area?
It's probably been about 3 weeks now.
About 3 weeks.
Yeah.
As far as
3
Heidi
weeks.
knows, Craig and Dina are in the middle of separating, with Craig supposedly staying at his mother's house in Texas.
At
That
Brett Simpson
explanation doesn't match what Dina told Craig's grandson
7956.
Cody,
Oh,
who
thank
was
you,
under
bro.
the impression that his
I
grandfather
like your
went to
video.
Mexico after filing for divorce.
Which video did you like? Thank you. Really appreciate it, bro. Thank you. I haven't uploaded any videos on this channel, on my main channel anymore. I just all with the war going on and everything going on in my family and everything in the world and everything is just like I don't want to play games anymore. Video games, not anymore. I just want to see this thing about it's an hour long, bro. I'm not gonna be able to watch it that long. Yeah. All right, there's 345 people watching this right now. This is text plays. It's just funny. But yeah, we're just today we've just been talking about
so I'm gonna have some special
war,
stuff, like some exclusive videos and different
Jesus,
things, subscribers only streams, stuff like that. So if you're ever interested,
subscriber only streams. Oh wow. Yes, 261 followers, 261,000 followers, and 332 people are watching this. Obviously, this is
becoming a member. Maybe
this Call of
obviously-
Duty. But yeah, sure, bro.
At the beginning of this year, Satya Nadella wrote on his blog that he would like
Microslop. I just wanted to check out that video, but
At Brett Simpson 7956
All right, joining us, Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen
said,
of Maryland.
I play COD 7.
that's good. Good for you. God bless you, bro. I'm not playing any more video games at all.
Now
Especially when I upload a video, nobody watches it. It's like the last video I uploaded got like here, I can just type it in here. What am I talking about? Like so yeah, the last video I put up on where why doesn't it never comes up when I put like my actual the new like I don't know why it doesn't want to come up, bro. Do I have to put it like together or something? No, it doesn't want to come up together. That's funny. That's kind of weird. It doesn't want to come up. Nothing like that's weird. Like even if I put my username together, I don't know why it didn't come up. That's funny. There we go. Yeah, the last video I uploaded got
At
90
Brett
views.
Simpson 7956 said, what is your Bo 7 name?
It's the same as my username, Zinay Hernandez. But I'm not
Wall
playing
Street
games
opened Monday
ever,
deep
ever
in the
again.
red after the Dow closed its fourth consecutive week of losses.
I'm just
the
talking about
longest
like the Bible, Jesus Christ, and Revelation, aka the Apocalypse, and World War III, and Flat Earth. Because if you believe in NASA, you have to believe the Earth is either round or a pear shape. But according to God's creation, it's a flat Earth with a dome on top. It's called a firmament. You can't have a dome without a flat surface.
losing streak in 3 years. The S&P 500 has erased 6 months of gains. Asian markets are in free fall
7
with
hours
South Korea
ago.
down 6.5%.
We're literally 7 hours ago? Yeah, 7 hours ago. I just want to reset. I already subscribed to this lady.
Wall
She's really
Street
smart.
opened Monday deep in the red after the Dow closed its fourth consecutive week of losses, the longest losing streak in 3 years. The S&P 500 has erased 6 months of gains. Asian markets are in free fall with South Korea down 6.5% in a single day. And
Okay.
Federal Reserve officials just admitted they're now pricing in the possibility of rate hikes, not cuts, before the year ends. This is not financial
Rate
advice, but if you've
hikes?
got training in quantitative analysis, what's
What?
actually happening right now jumps out immediately. The US economy is sliding towards stagflation, and the mechanisms driving it are accelerating. I'm Ella
Dang,
Pauseville
yeah,
on
it is
YouTube. I
getting
have a
really
PhD in
bad.
computer science, and I use data analysis to spot patterns in
He has a
geopolitics and
PhD,
economics.
bro.
When we dig into the publicly available market data from the past week and today, we're watching the exact cascade pattern that separates a containable shock from
I
a
know it's gonna
systemic
get bad.
breakdown. Friday's closing numbers tell half the story. The Dow fell 444 points, down 0.96%. The S&P 500 dropped 1.51% to close at 6,506, its lowest level since September. The Nasdaq crashed 2.01%, closing at 21,647. Both the Dow and Nasdaq traded in correction territory during the session, meaning they had dropped more than 10% from recent peaks before clawing back slightly by the close. US stock futures sank before the bell. Dow futures down 0.6%, S&P 500 futures down 0.8%, Nasdaq futures leading the retreat at 0.9%. Asian markets had already melted down hours earlier. South Korea's Kospi plunged 6.5%, Japan's Nikkei 225 fell 3.5%, Hong Kong's Hang Seng tumbled 4%. The trigger was Trump's Saturday night ultimatum, giving Iran 48 hours to reopen the Strait of Hormuz or face attacks on its power plants. We have a separate video
gotta check
analysis
this
on this.
video
Check it
out
out
later.
next. Iran responded by threatening to completely close the strait
Okay.
and keep it closed until any destroyed infrastructure is rebuilt. Meanwhile, Brent crude rose above $113 per barrel Monday, up more than 50% since the war began. But here's what most people miss when they read these headline numbers. The
Said,
Dow's fourth week losing
"If you
streak
want
and
to
the
friend
S&P
in code,
500's
that's
4
fine.
straight weeks of declines are
All
not
right.
just psychological markers. If we pull the Federal Reserve
Yeah, like I said, World War III is coming, and this is just the beginning of it. But yeah, I'm not gonna play more games. I don't think we have a lot of time on this plane anymore. I think I'm just gonna stream tomorrow. I think I'm gonna stream like cleaning my house and like cleaning the backyard. I think that's what I'm gonna do instead of gaming. I'm not gonna do anything that has to do with gaming anymore. I got plenty of games. Nobody supports me playing these games, bro. Nobody. I mean, dude, I haven't uploaded any videos. What are you talking about liking my videos? What videos did you like? What videos did you like? These are the games that, I mean, if I'm gonna play I'm probably gonna play this, but on my free time. This is better than Call of Duty. Before Call of Duty 3 came out. This came out when Call of Duty 2 was out. Call of Duty. Before Call of Duty 3 came out. Yep. I mean, nobody really supported me when I was doing my videos. I haven't uploaded any videos, so I don't know what you're talking about, bro. But I don't know what video did you like. But it's not like you commented or anything. And I got all these Call of Duty content I could be making, but it's a waste of time now with the war. I was like, I gave up, bro. I gave up on that shit, bro. It's a waste of time now. I'd rather talk about Jesus Christ and the war and other important things about life than gaming, because I don't really get support. So I'd rather just do what makes me happy and just live the rest of my days.
At Brett
Their latest
Simpson
projections and line them up against market pricing data, we
7,956
start to really see the mechanism at work.
Oh,
Wednesday, the
okay.
Federal Reserve
Yep.
held interest rates
That's what I
steady
thought,
as
bro.
expected.
You can't even tell me which video you liked. So that doesn't really show your real support. It's just liking a video. It's not like you're really sharing it. It's not like you only like one video out of the 1,700. I don't know how much I have.
Fed officials
Can't
released
remember. I think I
updated
have-
economic projections showing
I
they
just
now
don't
expect
have
inflation
everything
at
uploaded.
2.7% for 2026, up from previous forecasts. They still
But
penciled
I don't
in
care
one
about that
potential
anymore.
rate
I don't
cut
care
this
about
year,
what people
but the
think.
details tell a different story. Fed Chair Jerome Powell told reporters, and I'm quoting him here
I know
specifically,
this is only
nobody
gonna get
knows, he
worse.
says. The economic effects could be bigger, they could be smaller, they could be much smaller, they could be much bigger. That uncertainty is the very problem. Before the Iran war, markets
Oh.
had fully priced in 2 rate cuts in 2026. After Wednesday's Fed meeting, futures markets showed not only were cut expectations
15 hours ago.
At Stream Elements.
Yo, let's go.
Welcome to my channel.
How's it going, guys? Thank you.
At Stream
you.
Elements. Said. Thanks for subscribing, Simo Hugging Face.
Thank you
At
for
Brett
subscribing,
Simpson
Simo.
7,956.
All right, cool.
Said,
Brett Simpson, thank
I
you. Really
subscribe
appreciate it.
to you
Thank you.
because you're cool.
And I really appreciate it. Also, Simo, thank you. Well, I tried. If it was 6 years, I tried like constantly 6 years uploading videos about Call of Duty, and everybody hated me for that. It, like all these years, I've been getting hate over hate. I got tired of it. I just got tired of nobody liking my videos. The last video uploaded, like I tried to do something different, like about brain rot crap, just to test it. I got the lowest views, but I haven't uploaded on my main channel. Like I said, the last, I don't know why. See, it keeps pushing me stupid shit. I don't know why.
Said. Why?
Because people don't support me. Yeah, this is my see, the last video I pushed up, there was this, and I got 90 views, and I put this one 90 views. The one that got the most was like me putting a Mexican song on the Call of Duty clip, and it was just like 1,400 views, and that was that. So yeah, it's ridiculous, bro. So I erased all the videos that I didn't want, and I just left the videos that were doing really good on this channel. I was trying to create something different. But yeah, on my regular channel, my original channel, obviously, like I haven't uploaded anything. So yeah, I tried changing it up, but I'd rather talk about like like real stuff that matters now. I was like, I got tired of wasting my time with games. Nobody really supported me. So the worst thing that I have ever tried in my life, bro. The worst thing is Roblox and Rivals. That thing is like, it was trash. I think the only cool game that was like really cool, I'll give it credit, but there's like only one cool game that I thought was cool. That was like jumping for a brain rot. I think the concept was cool. The game concept of like buying money to jump higher to get other cool stuff. I think the concept was cool. I think that was really cool. Other than that, there's cheaters and Rivals.
7,956 said, next time if you on live, I will watch.
All right, cool, bro. Thank you. Yes, we gotta go. It's already late. I'm past 15 minutes. But I really appreciate you guys. I just like to talk about all subjects, but I'm a Christian. I think me as a Christian, I'm not supposed to be playing killing games or anything that has to do with paranormal stuff, demonic stuff. This game is really cool. I will give this game credit. Before sliding came into Call of Duty, this had the best sliding and mechanisms ever. This game, but it had to do with demonic, a little girl being possessed. But it's really cool. I mean, I give it credit to the creator, but I know everything in this world is materialism. And there's obviously this is a demonic game, but I have it. I mean, it's really cool, but it's a demonic game. And I got more demonic games. See this symbol right here is that symbol's demonic.
Said, I like Jesus too.
Yup, I love Jesus. Not only do I like Jesus, but I love Jesus more than anything. But these games, I have them because I bought these a long time ago. Because I've been playing PC for 20 years. Over 20 years. I guess it's been since 1998. Probably before 1998, but I guess you can say been playing on PC, not like modern games. Obviously, like back in the day when you would play PC, it was on the old Mac, and you had to put the disc in, and it was a math game. It wasn't like
7956 said.
Okay.
I stopped playing COD now. It's just boring.
Okay, yeah, it's a little bit boring. It got a little bit boring, but I would say it's the best game out there if you want to play a first-person shooter. It's really competitive, and there's less cheaters. I spent 2 days playing Rivals, bro. There was constantly cheaters. There was like worse cheaters than Fortnite, bro. I spent 2 days and I gave up after that. I was like, heck, no, I'm not. I'd rather go play Call of Duty than Fortnite or Roblox. Yeah, it's like Fortnite and Call of Duty cheaters put into one place. That's Roblox Rivals right now. So yeah, it's even though I got the most views out of the whole one of the top streams I've done is 497 views just playing Roblox, and it's right here. Also, what, a day ago? Yeah, but yeah, I'm not ever playing that. So I tried. I thought I was gonna get some followers, but it was all fake followers. It was all kids that wanted to 1v1 me, and they just left after one, but they were just like, they were either cheating or something. I'm pretty sure they were cheating, most of them. It's because all the people that want to come into the live
Brett Simpson,
and they want
7956
they're just fake followers.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the game. There's just amount of cheaters. It's incredible. The game is cool. I'll give them credit. For a first person shooter, I'll give them just because the sliding and the mechanics is like way easier and way better than Call of Duty. I'll give them a 9. Better than Warzone. I'll give Warzone the 2026 Warzone, the one we have right now. I'll give it a solid 8 because like it's like fixed. But last year's Warzone, I give it a 6. Let's just say that. So it was really bad. It was that bad. That's like the worst Warzone period of my whole history of Warzone ever existed, because his Warzone started in 2018, 2019, something like that.
7956 said, it's boring with cheaters.
Yeah, it gets overwhelming. I mean, I don't care about the cheaters because it makes me like practice harder. It just makes me better. It like playing against cheaters just makes you way better because you're playing against a machine that's way beyond a human like capability. And obviously, for some reason, I cannot beat the cheaters in Rivals, but whatever. But I know there's cheaters everywhere, especially in Arc Raiders. It's like infested with beta male cheaters. That's why it says Arc Raiders feels nothing like what streamers say. And this was 11 hours ago, and it has 16,000, almost 7,000, almost 17,000 views, excuse me. And it has 539 comments. Yes, 12.13K subscribers. I've already watched this video. It's just talking about the cheaters and how bad it is. That's all. And nothing like, obviously nothing like the whitelisted streamers.
The median household income
But
in the United States is roughly $83,000 a year.
the
At
medium
Brett
household
Simpson
income.
7,956 said, like man cheater can get banned in seconds.
Really? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean like the man cheater? Like man cheater? What do you mean? And Economics Explained has 2.84 million subscribers and it only has 286,000 views in one day. It's just talking about the imbalance in our economy right now. It's so bad. 10 unsexy habits that save men seriously money. What?
At Brett Simpson
saved me.
7,956 said, in Roblox.
Really? In Roblox you get banned really fast if you're a cheater? I didn't know that. I thought they didn't have a cheating coping mechanism or something like or anti-cheat.
At Itsapple. Welcome to my channel.
Welcome in, Itsap people. What are you doing? You smoking crack or something? You're gonna stop. You're gonna repair your sins. Yo, the crack cocaine from Ohio or from where? Where do you get your crack from, bro? I'm pretty sure it's just down the street. I know I can go down the street and get some crack anywhere direction I go. Doesn't matter if I go east or west or north or south. No, bro. Doesn't matter here in Indiana. You can get crack in any corner, bro. It's so easy. Especially in Ohio, bro. Ohio is crazy. Oh, these are all the black kids that are sending all the brain rot kids from the black community. All these kids right here all together, bro. They're all done. They're all cooked. It's like the mass arrests and shootings, fights and chaos break out during the ghetto spring breaks in Miami and wherever they're happening.
In our last video, we showed
Yeah,
you how America...
this guy's a Zionist.
Donald Trump was just confronted by a reporter who fact-checked him live on air, and he is not happy. Today got off to a terrible start for Trump, as his morning press Q&A went
7 hours
bad
ago
to worse, as he just kept getting hammered by questions that he did not like. It was so bad that he even lashed out at a far-right Newsmax reporter over their question. So stick around to see Trump melt down at reporters.
Yeah, my brain's already rotted away, bro, from learning too much history and psychology. Yeah, everything is brain rotted in 2026. There's nothing that will help you. Everything except the Bible. That's the only thing that will definitely fix your brain from rotting away. Even just listening to all this stuff, man. My brain's already cooked from 12 hours of sitting here just listening to the news. I know Trump always lies and they fact check them, and there's no surprise in that. I just want to see his reaction, but I don't really care about that anymore.
Does anyone else feel like it's really weird?
Yeah,
And
the
I'm leading the
prices
question
are
'cause we
getting
know the
higher.
answer and we know why. Does anyone else feel like it's really weird and kind of surreal?
5 hours ago.
That gas prices are higher than they've ever been,
Damn,
and the
7.
media is just not talking about it?
This one, okay, this is $7 regular, 10 a.m., March 21st, 2026. I'm pretty sure that's California. That has to be California, just by the blue signs. That has to be California. There's
Like,
no way that's
during
going
the
to be
inflation
Indiana.
bubble under Biden,
But we're
which hit
two freaking dollars and something cents away from $7 here in Indiana, guys.
the
It's
entire world, by the
almost
way.
$5.
It wasn't caused by anything that Biden did. It hit the whole world. And
Yeah, and now it's Biden's fault, bro. Blame it on Biden. Dude, everything was like coming down when like Biden was leaving, and then everything skyrocketed as soon as Trump came into office, bro. Like especially after like the ICE raids and everything, and dude, like everything got messed up, especially after the ICE raids. Well, okay, we gotta go. It's already late. Who's out there in the live? Appreciate you guys. It's already late for us. We've gone over 26 minutes. But yeah, it's only gonna get worse, guys. The war is not gonna end anytime soon. It's only gonna get worse, and the price is gonna get worse. A lot of people are gonna lose their jobs, not be able to pay rent or gas. It's gonna get really heavy for people that are like paying like $3,000 for their mortgage, and they're paying like $1,000 per week on groceries, and their kids need this and that, and they're like making like $80,000 per month, and they're still not being able to pay everything that they need during the month. Literally, I just saw that. Like literally, they're saying that the new $128,000 salary is the new poor. So I'm like, we're all screwed basically. That's what I mean. This has been projected for years. Just people are not aware of it. But I just felt it this year, like really hard. Like it's getting scary, guys. So
you may
yeah.
have heard the news that the U.S. government just released a new food pyramid. Eat butter, eat red meat, drink full-fat milk. They've gotten a lot.
They're trying to switch it up on us. But whatever. That's like an upside down pyramid. That looks Titanic more than anything. But whatever.
I can hardly even believe this.
What?
Dubai, the Emiratis, they are literally gonna fine you up to $50,000, or they will put you in flipping prison for 2 years.
For saying what?
شنو الكاميرا هاي تصور؟ تصور؟ يا ابوي هذا؟ I don't have the camera anymore.
Really?
I just want my camera back and then we go. My car is in the hotel, you know.
Abu Dhabi police has arrested 109 people of various nationalities for filming locations and incidents and sharing inaccurate information on social media during the ongoing events.
What
right now,
events?
you can get up to a $50,000 fine or 2 years in jail just for
What?
having your camera phone out in Dubai right now. They really don't want us to know what's going on.
Yeah, I
over
think it's because they're losing billions of dollars. And do people love me besides Jesus? Jesus, yes, of course, bro. I got my brothers and my sister, my two brothers, and my mom and other people, my wife. Yeah, of course, people love me. Jesus loves me. That's the most important thing that I care about. People can hate me all they want. I don't care. That's not going to change me. That's not going to change my happiness and the way I am in life. I'm not going to get drafted, so I'll be okay. I'll go back to Mexico when the war breaks out. Like literally, like when it I mean, it's already broken out. I mean, I've been saying that for a long time. When it gets like really bad here, I'm pretty sure I'm going to leave in a couple of months. If I'm just going to leave. I was going to go back to Mexico. I'll just tomorrow I'm gonna start my garden, so I'll be live during the day. Hopefully it's not raining or cold like it was today. It was like cold and it got hot and then it got cold. It's like very uncomfortable because it's like literally it gets like really cold. Like you have to be like wearing like extra layers of clothes if you want to be outside. Thank you, really appreciate it, bro. Thank you. I just turned off the. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I try to be, but yeah. Tomorrow I'm gonna start my garden. Yeah. I don't know how that's gonna go because of the animals that are here. They're horrible. Not in horrible like as in they're just all over the place, and we have raccoons.
At Brett Simpson 7,956.
Yeah, it's getting ugly.
Said. Cold, hot.
Yeah, and I don't like that because it's not good for the plants. Like the plants that were growing, they died because of the frost. They bloomed way too early, and the frost killed them, and they're yellow and they're burnt on top. So the plants that I have are like very luxurious plants. Like they're very beautiful, but they're somebody planted them a long time ago. I'm pretty sure it's like
At Brett Simpson
lots of years, and
7956 said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, it's yeah. The reason they don't want to, they're finding people is because Dubai is a luxurious place, and nobody's going to Dubai, and because of the war. So they're just trying to censor. Dubai is like the China of the Middle East. Basically, that's the way it is. Dude, not even Iran is just like Dubai, that they'll just like hang you for exposing the truth. Dubai is like China. Dubai is worse than the United States when it comes to censoring people. It's just as bad as China. I've never understood why people even want to go there in the first place. Everybody, that's the top comment right here to buy. I went to the Middle Eastern city built by slaves and promoted by vapid TikTokers. And it didn't go well. Oh, man. What? Okay. Once again, I'm glad to be Insidian and relatively comfortable and too broken to travel. That's a stone truth, my man. I like this guy. He's good. He's
At
good.
Brett Simpson 7956 said. Is Dubai fighting another country?
Dubai is not even able to fight. Let me explain. Dubai uses the USA military to protect them. So they got military bases in Dubai. So they're getting bombed in Dubai all over the place, not just like downtown. They get especially the strategic places or special resorts or whatever they're trying to shoot at. But yeah, Dubai and Iran are neighbors. They're just like, and the missiles from Iran can reach Europe. I'm pretty sure they can reach the United States. I'm pretty sure they can. They got better technology than the United States. But yeah, Dubai is not fighting anyone. It's just that Iran is retaliating against everybody that has a military base in their country.
Said. So the USA is protecting Dubai.
Yes, the United States is protecting Dubai. So you have to understand a little bit of history and a little bit of what's really going on. But it's just because the United States has military bases, except for in Iran and like certain countries where they haven't been exploited by the United States. It's because the United States wants to conquer Iran because of the rich, because they have the most oil. They have a lot of power. But they thought it was going to be an easy job in 3 days. They thought it was going to be a 3-day job. No, they're losing the war. They're currently losing the war. Like, Iran is winning against Israel and the United States. And that's why the World War III is going to happen, because they're going to all be brought into the war. Like, they're going to be forced into this world conflict, and it's not going to end soon. So it's only going to get worse. Yeah, it's very sad and frightening once you understand it. Like, okay, this is getting like real. It's like it's happening. It's just like not happening as fast as like in World War II, where everybody got drafted and everything got like crazy. Like people like started like, you know, like going into war, like, you know, like the whole country. Like we're split. Like nobody wants to go to war. Like most Americans do not want to go to war or be drafted. So not everybody's patriotic about their country. Not a real patriot. But yeah, that's a deep subject. What was it? I was reading the comments. I don't know why I went back up here, but really, really great stuff. I'm just gonna give them a like. What It Looks Like TV. I've already subscribed. Cool. All right. Not bad. Not bad. I'm just gonna save it to me. Whatever. And I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we watch something cool.
Shia LaBeouf's life has spiraled out of control.
Poor guy. I feel sorry for this dude.
Worse and worse.
Yeah, that guy looks like he, just the way, I haven't seen this guy in a long time, but just knowing the way he looks, bro, that looks like he did a lot of drugs. And oh man, when you take a lot of drugs and are away from God, you let demons in your life. But yep, appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Hello, everyone.
We'll see that. It's not a joke. Prepare now.
I want to share with you.
Food and fuel prices
And
2 days
the reason
ago.
why I want to share it right
I
now
already know,
is
bro.
because
Yeah, economic ninja.
sorry. Because a combination of warnings that I put out a handful of years ago are all coming out now at once.
Mm-hmm.
I did a video, and it would be my honor
At Brett
if you would
Simpson
check it out. It's a very short video on my new
7956
channel, The Economic
said,
News Ninja.
What is your favorite game?
It's entitled
I guess if I've had a favorite game, the one that I played the most, it would have to be Fear, just because of the concept and because it felt better than Call of Duty. This game has the 2026 Warzone movement. It had it before anything was ever created. This is a game that came out in 2000, I think, 2003 or something like that. I can't remember, but yeah, the game did come out in 2003, if I'm correct. 2005. Wow. Okay. 2005. That's when it came out, and I bought it when it came out. I bought this game when it came out, like a couple months after it came out. I just saw it and I just picked it up. I didn't think about. I didn't even read the anything that had to do with the game. I just I saw it and it just looks so beautiful. The graphics look incredible. Yeah, the graphics, like the feel and movement and the graphics, how it feels, this game, the smooth graphics. That's what sold me.
Simpson 7956 said, does people hate your videos?
I think most of the people that do stop by, they do. I think most, but other than that, I mean, I get some likes and lots of views when it gets interesting. I'm pretty sure when I say something that's catchy or something, people see something, they like. But other than that, the most popular video I have on my main YouTube is I just replaced my motherboard, and it was just a 10-second clip of me showing my old motherboard and my new motherboard that I got off Facebook Market, which was a downgrade, but I got a new motherboard. But I still brought the motherboard back to life. I don't know how, but I just got it back to life. I think it's just a miracle. But yeah, and then I talked about Upscrolled when TikTok got censored. And then obviously I missed the mechanics and feel of the classical Call of Duty before Modern Warfare.
7956 said, oh nice.
Yep. Thank you. Really appreciate it. And then there's another. That's the most I've done. That's the best. These are the best top 12 videos, shorts. Other than that, I have lots of videos. I mean, that's tons of videos in shorts. But I got a video from 17 years ago, and it's when I was playing drums, and I was like, this was opening at a club here in Indianapolis when it opened up. That was 17 years ago. That's when music was really good. Then 15 years, and then that was like 15 years of music, constant playing. because then 2 years back, it's been a couple years back, but like I gave up music a while back. Like it's been over 4 years since I ever like. It's been 3 years since I've like said I give this up and I just don't want to deal with music anymore. But it's been a couple of months. I left the same thing. I went back into it and just because I needed the money. But like this it doesn't look good. As a Christian, it didn't look good. But I'm gonna change my profile picture. I just left this because it looked cool. But I'll change my I like to change my profile picture on this account here and there. But yeah, these are when I used to play in music. That's why there's like a long time ago. And then yep, and then it started with my Call of Duty, or I even have an old Fortnite video from 3 years ago. When I used to have a RTX 3060 Ti with a Ryzen 3700. Yep. No, yeah. Sí, ahorita las aguardo. So, yep, those are my videos when I used to play music. And this is when I used to rent audio. And this is like when I used to rent audio. These, if you see anything with music, PC building, random stuff, Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. Yep. I can't believe I was running an RTX 3060 Ti. I'm pretty sure it was the 12 gigabyte. I'm pretty sure it was with the Ryzen 3700X. I used to get over 200 FPS at 144 hertz. Okay. Yeah, so those are really cool videos. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. Let's see if we can show you something about life. Not only Jesus, but working outside and stuff. But I'll see you, Brett Simpson. Thank you. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you. God bless you.
At it Sappy. Said.
Yo, you need Jesus. That's for sure, bro. You've been here. That's all. Yo, bye. Take care. Oh, I didn't save. My videos didn't save.